A lot of men have never been in this situation. They never thought they would be in this situation. So they come in here broken. And being the first one they meet at the front desk, I welcome them in, I make them comfortable, I want to hear their stories. And that's the most interesting part, I guess, hearing some of the stories, because it's not all about substance abuse. It's not all about broken families. It's not all about mental illness. Life just throws you a bad loop sometimes, and all of a sudden you're at the Boise Rescue Mission. When I went in the Army at 18, I went in right after Vietnam. I joined to go to Vietnam, but the Vietnam War ended. So I went to Germany, but they gave an 18-year-old kid that was very fond of marijuana and alcohol. They made me legal to drink on Army bases at 18 years old. But we all use some kind of outside stimuli to make us feel better. Well, as a kid, when you start getting into, I was raised in the 60s and 70s, and it was very acceptable. That's how we rebelled, was drugs and music and stuff like that. So it's just always been there for me. My dad was so proud of me when I was in the military, and I was in the military nearly half my life between National Guard and regular Army. And then when I was a truck driver, he was always proud of that, and anytime I go to church with him, he'd always, well, this is my boy, he just drove in from South Dakota, or whatever, and he is always proud of me there. But that last few years, he didn't have much good to say about me, I mean, I'm sure I shouldn't say that. I didn't give him a lot of good things to say about me, It was just, so I just kind of avoided the family and went on with my marriage falling apart and everything. And I had a 30-year successful career truck driving. Nice home. Remember when the building boom was here in the valley? Nice $250,000 home south of Nampa. Man cave, new Bayliner boat, new Harley Davidson. And then I took on a renter, a roommate, and he turned out to be a meth cook. And of course, here we are in a big home. I gave him and his girlfriend I rented out to, $500, $600 for the bottom. I lived up my man cave and took menial jobs like convenience store and stuff, and wasn't paying no bills. And then found out what he did, and me being a druggie, I went ahead and did it. And so there I was on a 2-year run on meth. And I got busted in a Walmart parking lot in Twin, and it made all the papers with a half bottle of vodka on the seat and some Sparks chasers in there. And so I was arrested for excessive DUI. First time I went before the judge, I told him I wasn't going to leave till I had a program. I wasn't in no hurry to go nowhere. I had nothing left. I'd lost everything in my life, I might have said this earlier. I've always known there was Jesus Christ, but I've always just kind of tried to stay 2 steps ahead of him. Well, I had nothing left to run to or run from, so I just, okay, Lord, I'll do it your way. And it works. I'm the son of a Methodist minister, and so I grew up knowing Jesus Christ was there. And believing in Christianity and the spirit of it, and I look at Jesus Christ as, I try to live my life by the earthly example he set, as a man doing great things and just giving. If I can live my life like that, just being a good example to other people, that's great. That's the way I want my life. As far as and that's how I handle the guilt. And I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but it works for me. It keeps me sober. It gives me sobriety. It gives me goals of what else can I do to help other people, help men that have been in my situation. The Boise Rescue Mission Ministries is community-based. It's all about the community. It's not It's not the staff here that makes it work. It's the community that makes it work. And this valley can be proud of what they do for their fellow man. I mean, they really can. I told a counselor once that I have no more dreams left. I have destroyed everything in my life, and now the light at the end of the tunnel is not a freight train coming at me anymore. It's recovery in Jesus Christ and helping other people. It's humanity. That light, I mean, it's real.